You know what's wild? The Blue Jays front office is making moves right now that nobody's really talking about. And I've got some exclusive information that just dropped that's going to blow your mind. We're talking trade targets, starting pitchers, and some absolutely massive shakeups that could be coming to Toronto. Stick around because what I am about to reveal is going to change how you see this entire offseason. So here's the thing, Ross Atkins and the Blue Jays brass have been working the phones nonstop, and according to the latest reports, they're not messing around this time. We're hearing they're being aggressive, really aggressive in both the trade market and free agency. And look, I know we've heard this before, but this feels different. The winter meetings are right around the corner, and things are about to get absolutely insane. Let me break down what's happening with their trade targets, starting with Joe Ryan from Minnesota. Now, this isn't just some random name being thrown around. The Twins are in full rebuild mode after moving guys like Jorge Polanco and Griffin Jax. They're clearly open for business, and Ken Rosenthal recently confirmed they're willing to move more pieces, including their ace. Ryan's name has been floating around since last year's deadline, and here is why Toronto should be interested. Joe Ryan might not blow you away with his velocity, but the guy is a legitimate workhorse. He consistently eats innings and gets the job done. His advanced metrics weren't eye-popping last season, sure, but he's proven he can anchor a rotation. Now, would I prefer they go after someone like Ranger Suarez or Tatsula Sasaki? Absolutely. Those guys are top-tier arms. But here is the reality. Ryan is actually attainable, and he won't break the bank in terms of years committed since he's not on a massive long-term deal. The downside, it's going to cost a fortune. In prospects, we're talking a significant package here. And honestly, if you are giving up premium assets for a really good but not elite starter, you might be better off spending that money in free agency instead. Ben Nicholson-Smith has already said the Jays are pursuing multiple starting pitchers, so Ryan could be part of a larger strategy. He's 29 years old, not locked up forever, and brings of reliability. Keep your eye on this one, especially if Minnesota decides to fully commit to their rebuild now. Let's talk about someone completely different, Sonny Gray. According to John Detton over at MLB.com, the new Cardinals president of baseball operations talked about potentially moving their veteran ace. Gray himself has apparentifications given where he is in his career. At 36 years old, he's coming off his worst season in years with a 4.28 RA. Before that, it was 3.84, and the year before that, 2.79. So yeah, he's trending in the wrong direction, but here is why this matters for Toronto. Gray wouldn't cost much, either in terms of prospects or money. If the Jays land someone like Ranger Suarez as their big free agent addition, they still have questions throughout the rotation. What version of Jose Barrios shows up? Is Yaro Rodriguez going to be consistent? Kevin Gausman has been rock solid, but he's thrown nearly 200 innings for 3 straight years. That workload adds up. Adding Sonny Gray as a depth piece could be brilliant. I am not saying make him your only acquisition. That would be a disaster. You still need that frontline starter. But as a complementary piece, this makes a ton of sense. He struck out over 200 batters in back-to-back seasons. His peripherals are still pretty solid, and the cost would be minimal. The Jays would absolutely entertain this, especially if they strike out on their top free agent targets. If they get their ace elsewhere, maybe you don't need Gray. But if free agency doesn't work out, suddenly giving up a small package for a veteran arm becomes way more appealing. Think about it. If they don't land Gray, and they don't want to use a 6-man rotation like reports suggest, do they really trust Ricky Tiedemann or Orelvis Martinez to fill that 5th starter role right away? Maybe you believe in Alek Manoah bouncing back, but that's a massive gamble. Gray provides insurance without mortgaging the future. Ross Atkins himself said back on November 6th that they've already been involved in trade discussions for starting pitching. This has been brewing for a while. Now here's where things get really spicy. The third target is Keaton Marte, and this one only makes sense if Bo Bichette doesn't return. Marte can play center field and all 3 outfield spots, but realistically, you are bringing him in to play second base if Bo walks. Imagine this scenario. Bichette leaves you sign Kyle Tucker in the outfield, and then you pull off a blockbuster trade from Marte to Mann second base. That would be absolutely insane. Marte is legitimately one of the best second basemen in baseball. His numbers are ridiculous. Last year, he posted in .893 OPS. The year before that, 843. His advanced metrics are off the charts. He's a complete hitter who can impact games in every way. But here is the catch. He's going to cost an absolute fortune. In prospects, we're talking about potentially giving up someone like a Raju Nimala, and the Diamondbacks would probably ask for pitching prospects too. The domino effect would be massive. If you get Martets, Erna Clement becomes a super utility guy. You've got Leo Jimenez at shortstop, Addison Barger at third base, and suddenly your infield is completely remade. Nathan Lukes probably gets traded to clear outfield space and maybe bring back a pitcher. It's a total roster transformation. But do they actually need to do this? If they re-sign Bo and land Tucker, they're already in incredible shape. If they just bring back Bo and add a top-tier starter, that's still a playoff roster. A lot depends on whether Bichette wants to stay in Toronto and whether he's willing to shift positions so Jimenez can play shortstop every day. We saw what Jimenez did in the playoffs. That defensive value at short is irreplaceable. Here is what we know for certain. Ross Atkins said on November 16th that this free agent class looks better than usual and confirmed they've already started trade discussions about starting pitching. They're not just kicking tires, they're actively negotiating. Whether it's Ryan, Great, marked out yet, major moves are coming. The front office is being aggressive. They have the resources, and they're motivated to win now. The winter meetings are going to be absolute chaos, and Toronto is going to be right in the middle of it all. I want to hear from you. Which of these three targets makes the most sense? Would you rather go all in on Joe Ryan, take a chance on Sonny Gray, or make the massive play for Ketel Marte? Drop your thoughts below because this conversation is just getting started. The Blue Jays offseason is about to explode, and we're here for every single minute of it.